Hey everyone, my name is Andrei and welcome back to another video. Today I will show you how my WordPress development environment looks like and how you can set up your own development environment to make your work as seamless as possible. So without any further ado, here's how my WordPress development environment looks like. So the first element in my development environment is the operating system I'm running on. And as you could have seen in the other videos I've made, where I also share my screen, I am running on Windows. I know that operating systems like macOS or even Linux makes working with WordPress or even everything for web development in general a lot hassle-free and a lot streamlined, but I did not encounter big problems while working with Windows. Well, except for the time I could not install the WordPress starter theme Sage on Windows. And if you are looking for a fix for that problem, if you are also running into it, I have made a video for that and you can check it somewhere around here. Anyways, I am also experimenting with Linux, with the Linux operating system, both in WSL or Windows subsystem for Linux and even as a standalone operating system installment. Yeah, I am getting my feet wet with Kubuntu or Kubuntu. I don't know how it's pronounced, but if you do know, please let me know in the comments below. But I am trying that distro out and see how Linux works as a standalone operating system. And also, you know what that means, right? In the future, I will make a video where I cover how to set up Linux and how you can use Linux for WordPress and general web development. So click subscribe to stay tuned. Anyway, for an operating system, you can use whatever you have on hand, even if it's a Windows, if it's a macOS or even a Linux. So the next thing you need in your stack is a local development environment or a local server that you will run your WordPress installation on. And for that, the best tool I know and that I use is Local by Flywheel. And it is by far the easiest way to spin up new WordPress installations. Just a few clicks of a button and the new WordPress installation is up and running. Using Local by Flywheel improved my workflow a lot, and it can improve your workflow a lot because, for example, when compared to another tool like XAMPP, you won't have to set up the databases and link them to your WordPress installations. Local by Flywheel does all that on autopilot for you. And also it's make you a local domain so you can see your website, so you don't have to go to localhost / a subfolder. It is also worth mentioning that Local works on all major operating systems, and that will be Windows, macOS and even Linux. They officially support Debian and RPM based distributions. And one other alternative that I am testing is working with Docker. Using Docker, it's a more complex and advanced workflow, and I'm trying to see the benefits of using it to see if it's worth the effort in my case. Of course, that's a topic for another video that we will make. Okay, now you have your WordPress installed, but you need to write some code, and to write some code you need a text editor. And I'm not a demigod who uses Vim for WordPress development, and nor am I using Notepad or Notepad++ for that. The text editor of my choice comes from our favorite evil mega corporation, that is Microsoft. So the text editor is none other than VS Code or Visual Studio Code. And this has been my favorite text editor since I have started programming. I've tried Atom or Brackets or even Sublime Text, and I think even Notepad++. I have not tried Vim yet, and Visual Studio Code just works best for me. It's easy to use, it's very intuitive, for me at last, and it's also available on all major operating systems. Of course, we cannot end the discussion about VS Code without covering a few extensions first, and the first extension that I am using and I recommend you use too is WordPress Snippets. It is developed by wpdevtools.io and it's obviously used for inserting WordPress code snippets. The next one on the list is PHP Intellifense. I think that's how it's spelled, by Ben Newburn. Also, I hope I didn't butcher his name. This one is for PHP code snippets, and I use it over IntelliSense, for example, because it's much better rated than that one. And of course I'm using Prettier because no VS Code extension list can go without it. Anyway, if you use some other extensions for WordPress development that I have not covered in this video, please let us know in the comment section below. Okay, after we have all our environment set up, we need to start writing some code. But when you are creating new themes, it's a great time waste to write the same files over and over again. So that's why you will want to use a starter theme. Those themes come with the files already created with the basic theme functionality already written into them, so you only have to work on your design or your more advanced functions that you need to add to your theme. Yeah, you won't be needed to include the styles over and over again. So now, here are a few starter themes that I've used and I can recommend to you. And the first one is Underscores. This one I think is built by Automatic, the company that develops WordPress, and it's a great starter theme to start your WordPress development on. And also you have Understrap. This is basically Underscores but with Bootstrap already installed. The next one on the list is one of the best starter themes out there, and that is Sage by Roots.io. But this theme is not recommended for beginners. They even warn you on their website not to use it as your first starter theme. Sage brings into WordPress a lot of modern functionality and a lot of modern workflow, so you won't be feeling you work with WordPress anymore. It's pretty interesting. And the last theme that I can recommend, it's my own starter theme that I've made. This is a bare bones theme that I've made and is the one I use on pretty much on a regular basis. That's because it's personalized to suit my needs when I develop WordPress websites. If you are interested in having a look at it, I will put a link down below with a GitHub repository for that. But beware, if you check it right now, it might not be up to date because I haven't updated in quite some time and I've made a lot of improvements. But I promise that in the following days I will make time to update the GitHub repository for that theme. And even it might be already updated when you see this video. This is not a complex theme by any means, and not an advanced theme by any means also, but it helps me get started quickly. Okay, so this was all for today. Thanks a lot for watching and I hope you found a lot of value in this video. If you have any more questions, don't hesitate to comment down below and I will do my best to answer them. So until next time, don't forget to hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Have a great day.